You know, all of us have dreams. All of us are dreamers to some degree or another. And some of those dreams, they're huge, right? Like dreams to travel the world or to even change the world. And some people dream of inventing something or maybe starting a movement that will literally change the way people think about life. But all of us dream, and some of those dreams are just big and huge and off the charts. But other dreams are small, and maybe they seem insignificant to other people, but they're your dreams. You got a dream in life. And, you know, this may sound a little bit funny, but I have dreams. I have some pretty big dreams in life. You know, one of those dreams is to grow something. And I don't mean just like to grow a church. I mean, I've been working on that for a long time, but I don't want you to laugh at this, but this is a true thing. I want to grow things. I want to figure out how to be a farmer. I want to figure out how to be a farmer. Seriously, like a farmer. I want to grow something because all of my life, it's funny, I'm a builder. I build houses. I built lots of houses and they're beautiful and you can watch them and you go, wow, I built that. But I have never been able to get to grow anything in life. Seriously, I kill things. This is a little bit embarrassing to say, but I kill things. I try to grow things like yards and plants and stuff like that, but I kill them. I don't know what to do half the time. True story, one time I built this brand new house and it was beautiful. And I thought to myself, you know what, we're gonna live in this house. I'm gonna do the yard right. And so I spent the entire summer grading the yard. I put the sprinkler system in. It looked like a golf course. There wasn't like a straight line in the entire yard. Everything was like curved and it was so cool. My neighbors thought I was crazy. I even had to go out and I bought one of those lawnmowers because like with the wheels that turn so that I could like go around all the curves. It was crazy, it was beautiful. And so when I had it all graded and all finished, ready to roll, I went out and bought sod for this yard, right? And so I go get the sod and I lay it all out and I spent like a couple weeks doing it. It was beautiful, it was perfect. My neighbors even came down to my yard and they just went, whoa, whoa, this is perfect, right? I mean, it looked like a golf course. I mean, I'd never had a yard like this. It was incredible. And so we did the whole deal and we put fertilizer down, the sprinklers were running. So we had it down for a couple weeks and it was vacation time. So we went out of town, we went camping for a week or two and it was so exciting. We were going out of town and we come back, and when we came back, true story, the entire yard was shriveled up, brown, dead as could be, right? I thought, man, the sprinklers must have died or something. Something must have broke with the sprinklers. It doesn't have any water. And so I go downstairs, I check the sprinklers, everything's fine. The sprinklers work, and I couldn't figure it out, but this stupid lawn had completely died. I mean, I literally, with tears in my eyes, I had to roll up the entire lawn because it was all sod. I rolled it all up and threw it into the woods. It was crazy. So I drive back down to the sod farm where I bought all the sod, and I said, I told the guy, I go, my sod died. You sold me lousy sod. I'm all crazy, you know, and I'm like, what in the world happened? And he goes, well, where do you live? I said, well, I live in Taylor. He goes, well, I don't know, Taylor, we sell sod into Taylor all the time. It's fine. What kind of dirt did you have? And I said, well, I bought really good dirt and put it down the whole 9 yards. He goes, okay, and did you use fertilizer and all that? Yeah. Do you have a sprinkler? Yeah. And I'm telling him all this, and he's like, I don't know why it died. And he goes, well, tell me a little bit more about, you know, your house, the way it's laid out and all that. And I said, well, my house sits way back in the woods. You see, I bought this woods and I cut like the trees down and I put my house way back in the wood. And he goes, so you got a lot of trees? And I'm like, oh yeah, dude, I have hundreds of trees in my yard, just hundreds of them. And they're like, they cover my yard completely. And he goes, you idiot. It takes sun for the sod to grow. Grass needs sun. This grass needs sun. You got photosynthesis. You remember from high school, anything? And I was like, oh, so dumb, right? I've just never had good luck growing anything. So fast forward a few years, we get a new house. We're living down in the country a little bit, and I have a whole nother issue in my life, okay? I've been trying to plant around here, trying to get all my trees to grow and everything like that, but I got a whole nother issue. And the issue is that my family loves blueberries. True story. My family loves blueberries. We buy like 200 to 300 pounds of blueberries every year. My wife will drag us to the other side of the state just so we pick blueberries for 8 hours. It's crazy. We spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars every year on blueberries. Hey, you know how much blueberries cost? You get one of those little tiny pints and it's like $2. It's insane. We'll try buying like hundreds of them in a year. It's crazy. And so I decided that I'm going to do something about this. I am going to grow my own blueberries. And when I tell my wife this, I say, honey, I'm going to grow blueberry plants for you. We're going to be able to pick them out of the yard. You want to drag me over to Grand Rapids to pick them? It's going to be sweet. And she goes, but you can't grow anything. Nothing you do grows. It's going to be a flop. And I say, no. I'm going to do this right. So I go on the internet and I learn, I study, I figure it all out. And so I planted a whole blueberry patch. So this may seem a little bit weird to do in church, but I want to show you my blueberry patch. I think this is pretty cool. So come check this out. I'm pretty excited about my blueberries. I love my blueberries. I've become kind of fatherly with my blueberries. See, this is our side yard, and from what I understand, it is perfect to grow blueberries. You see, I did all the research online, and blueberries need all kinds of sun. And so the problem with our yard, though, is it's 100% clay. It's like rock hard, rock and clay. That's what it is. And so a buddy of mine came over from church, a great guy, and he's got this big old tractor with an auger, and he digs all these holes for us. So he digs us 50 holes, and this is our little blueberry plant, right? This is our patch, and I'm so proud of this patch. Do not mock my blueberry patch. This is beautiful, right? This is going to save me hundreds of dollars eventually. Not at first, though, because I've spent a lot of money getting these things to grow. But the research is interesting on this stuff. They need all kinds of things. So I have done everything I can to help these guys grow, and yet I have lost, I think, 13 plants so far. So I went out and bought new ones and put them back in because I'm going to have a perfect blueberry patch one day. And so it's interesting what it takes to make these things grow. You got to have the good dirt, and we went out and bought good dirt. We bought farmer's dirt. I never even heard of such a thing, but there's like this farmer's blend of dirt, and it's got organic stuff in there that all makes it grow. And I even read online that you put coffee grounds. I'm not a coffee drinker, but a lot of people here at Metro are coffee drinkers, and we got this little place called Baxter's. And so I went into Baxter's. I said, I need all your coffee grounds, for a whole bunch of them. So they gave me these huge tubs of coffee grounds, and I mixed it in with all the soil, and I come out here and I water them, and I talk to them, and I caress them. And I mean, these are like my little baby girls here. I mean, I love these things, and yet I've lost 13 of them. So we go on vacation, right? And we go out of town, and I don't care about our house. I don't care about any of our stuff. I just call my family and I say, hey, you got to go over and water my blueberry plants because I don't want any of them to die. So I get back from vacation, and all of them were alive except for one. This little guy right here has died. And I don't understand. It looks like a twig now. It's not even a blueberry plant anymore. I'm hoping it's alive, but I don't think it's alive anymore. I mean, it's like all broken off, and it's dry, and it just snaps, and it's dead. Now, what's weird is I don't understand what exactly it takes to make a blueberry grow. I don't understand what it takes to make anything grow, hardly, right? I mean, I've done everything I could, and yet a whole bunch of them have died. I've replanted, and some of those died. And I do everything I can. I come back, and this guy is dead. I don't understand it, but I will tell you one thing I do understand. I think there are some things that make us grow. And I think there's some things that make us alive. And I don't mean just our bodies, I mean our souls. I think there are some things in life that make our souls come alive. And I think there are some things that make our souls die. And let me tell you something. I want a soul that grows. And I want our souls to grow. I want us to become alive unto God. And so we're going to talk today about taking some next steps toward God. What are some of the things that we have to do in order to grow our souls? Because listen, the very first thing that we have to want is to grow. The very first desire we have to have is to grow in our walk with God, to know Him more. King David says this in the book of Psalms. Thousands of years ago, he says, my soul yearns for you, O God. My heart pants for you like a deer pants for water. My heart desires you, O God. That needs to be our desire. That's the starting place for our spiritual growth.